Hello, this is Simply Venturing, and I'm coming to you from Middle Creek Wildlife Management Area, and I'm here to do the Millstone Trail, but I'm not alone. Again, joining me is this lady, the feral female, for this hike again on another rainy day again. So we've said, oh wow, we might as well. We were here, we just waited out, and hopefully the rain will stop. It's supposed to stop within the next hour or so. Probably by the time we get back from this trail, the rain should be done already, and possibly do another trail, but we'll see that. Alrighty, without further ado, let's hit that trail.
It seems like lately in the summer here, everything I do is something new about it, you know, like new couches, new location, new shoes, or there's something to contend with, you know. Yeah, figuring out pockets. So you've been on this trail before?
No, I actually haven't. That's why I wanted to do it. The only one I did was it conservation and spice bush. Are the only two trails I've done here.
I did the Elders Run Trail last year, and it kind of crossed over the spice bush trail.
Yeah,
points.
I saw that on the map.
Yeah, but it was interesting. I found one of those school kill papers on that. You know what they are?
The what?
The school kill papers.
No, I'm not familiar with that.
It's a weird phenomenon that someone started, I don't know how many years ago. They still haven't figured out what they mean or why they're being put in different spots. And they're just like they're inside of food products, like cereal boxes and everywhere else. I guess people are putting them everywhere. They don't know who it is though. And there's some paper with all this writing on it that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, yes. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When I went on the hike with I'm Not Lost, I'm Exploring, Robbie, he found one while we were doing that trail.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I hate these things so much. He was walking by, and all of a sudden he seen something dangling from one of the trees there, right off the trail there.
Yep.
So he went right up to it and checked it out, and sure enough, it was one of them. I know Cliff, the Wandering Woodsman, has found several of those too as well.
I felt like, wow, I've been hearing about these things for so long. It was just a leaf, and I noticed this leaf had a tack in it on a tree, and I would have walked right by it. So I just happened to be looking there. It was so hidden. It was so well hidden. And I pulled the tack off and like, oh, it's one of these.
Yep.
So,
It's just a whole bunch of gibberish.
yep.
Nonsensical.
So I kept it with my fortune cookies papers.
Yeah, I haven't encountered any of those yet. He showed it to me, but then I think he disposed of it. Yeah, nobody knows exactly. I didn't know that's what they were called. So thank you for enlightening me about what they were called.
Well, to be honest, I had heard about them, forgot what they were called, and I had to go home and look it up.
So you said they're called the Schuylkill papers?
Schuylkill papers, yeah. I thought it was Schuylkill letters, but Schuylkill papers.
So we are going uphill again. So the All Trails map says this is a 1.2 mile trail, and we're gonna heading up to I guess kind of like a vista, according to what the trail says. Sorry, my rain suit pants are a little too long. for me, meant for a slightly taller person. So I'm having to pull them up from under my feet constantly because the heel keeps, there's not a whole lot that I can do. Even if I pulled them up above my belly, I'll probably still so looks like the blazes are pink here, and we have to turn left, as you saw there. There is another smaller trail over there as well, but that's probably people bushwhacking and stuff like that, maybe even a deer trail. Going around the big rock here. So not only am I breaking in the full rain suit, I'm also breaking in these new boots. They're not a big name brand or anything like that. It's just something I found for a reasonable price. This is all uphill for now. I forgot how many feet, 400 something feet, I believe, is what we ascend. Also, I'm hoping it doesn't pick it up too much. This, hold on. Ah, there we go. Forgot to tighten my mount. Oh, it's still kind of shaking there, but I'm also trying out a new product here called the Subtig waterproof power pack here. That mounts right onto my mini tripod here, and then the actual GoPro mounts to the power pack itself. It already comes in like that, built in. So you don't have to mess around with it and come up with your own little idea, which I'm sure that's how somebody came up with this idea for this thing. So now I won't have to rely on so many individual backup batteries, as long as I keep this thing nice and charged all the time. I believe it's 7,000 milliamps power on it. So not only could I power my GoPro with it, I can also use it for my phone as well if I need to juice it up or anything like that. I could always connect my my phone to it, even though the USB-C cord is like really small. So I'm gonna pause right here. So walking the plank here. And this is what we're notoriously known for as Rocksylvania. And then here's another blaze. Oh. Oh, come on. Sorry, I have to adjust things again. I'm not sure why, but again, I'm testing this out today because it's the perfect scenario for this type of hiking. Probably similar to what we had to do when we recently did the William Penn State Forest George Wirt track. I kept on saying Wentz. And the only thing I can think of right away was, "Hey Norm!" Every time I was saying that. So that's my correction for the week. So that was interesting to find out about those little papers that people keep finding in all types of interesting kind of places. Usually they'd be probably dangling off a little branch like this or something. inconspicuously, you think that no one will see it, but eventually someone does run into it and finds it. I'm not usually fond of wet weather hiking unless I'm happen to be caught in it at the moment, or that didn't come prepared for it as well, and it happens to rain, even though I usually check the weather forecast, but we know how accurate that can be at times. Says one moment it's supposed to rain and it doesn't rain at all, and then there are times where you don't expect it to rain, all of a sudden like a flash storm just pops through. So we're gonna go over this log. And I don't know where she's at or how far behind me she is. So I'm going to wait here by the log for a little bit. Oh, cool. And hence why it's called the Millstone Trail. There's a millstone right here. So I've seen this on the Wandering Woodsman's video too as well. He's been here as well. So
this is apparently why they call it the Millstone Trail. I did not know that. I didn't really look up anything about this trail before I came.
I believe he said there was a quarry around here or something where they used to create these millstones from.
Oh, neat.
So
I'm coming up and you're pointing and I'm like, it's a stone. And I come around the corner, you can see it. Ah.
So while we were back there at the millstone itself, we decided to shed our layers because the rain has kind of let up here, and on occasion when the wind blows, the the leaves shake. Oh, almost went that way, and then I looked over there and I saw the blaze. Oh, okay. Might be a connector.
Actually, this is the vista. We don't want
Oh, this is the vista. Okay, wait a moment. I know everybody was saying about this thing.
Yeah, this is the vista. Up here, there's one that goes connects over.
To the horseshoe.
Yeah, so we do it this way. Completely center.
Oh wow, there's a,
Almost missed it.
yep. Yeah, I wasn't looking on the map this time, so I'm letting it run, doing whatever it wants to do. Oh, not much of a vista today. Well, actually, I'm wrong. Oh wow, decent. Too bad it's a little bit, the foliage is overgrown a little bit here, but not a bad view from here. I'm gonna stand up on this thing to show you. And you can hear the rain is trying to pick up. It's supposed to be done about 12:30-ish. So as she got done putting on her pack and stuff, we're just starting to head back on the trail. We came up from that way on the other side of the rocks right over there, and then does kind of like a little loop here. We would have, if we would have not gone to the vista, we just would have came down this part of the trail. But that was neat. So, like, again, we're here at Middle Creek Wildlife Preserve, again, as I mentioned it in the beginning. And we are on the Millstone Trail, which we saw the Millstone already. Now looks like we're heading back down. So this is a loop trail. So this wildlife preserve has so many different addresses depending on which part of the preserve you're on. You can be either in Hopeland, which is more in the Lebanon County side, or you can be in the Kleinfelsersville side, which is more, I believe, in the Lancaster County side. So, oh, okay. So here's the connector trail to the horseshoe. So if we wanted to, I was originally planning to do this a different way, but I think we're just going to do the full loop and then head over to another trail after this. But we go this way. So it says,
see, aren't you glad we waited?
yeah. Sure, I'm not sure why it's rattling so much like that. I don't know if it's the actual top mount there, or if it's the whole little mini tripod that we're on. Yeah, I'm not sure why my phone doesn't track this thing so well. Everybody else seems to. Sorry, I'm receiving a message that I have to answer, so I'm just gonna put my phone here in my little pouch on the side. Huh? That probably was the one they're talking about.
It had Vista listed separately though from the mountain view.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't sure what the heck. But then it disappeared. I don't know what it was. But I would think it would have been up here somewhere.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't put that always on silent, just in case.
I don't think I had mine on silent. Usually don't get many. I got the message from when I first got here, but I don't know who it was. I didn't check it yet. Everybody knows how I am. It's not an emergency, or even if it is, I will get it when I get it. A lot of times it don't happen, so
So it is sprinkling again, but I'm not sure again if this is the if it's actually raining or if it's just the leaves falling off the rain falling off the leaves.
I was just saying that because while I was recording, a whole bunch of them fell down on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, but that's what I was saying. I think it's just the trees, I'm hoping.
Yeah, because when we were up at the Vista, when we got there, it wasn't, but as soon as we started to leave...
Right when I came out of the woods and you were on the bench, a whole bunch just hit me. I'm like, oh! So I had to put my hat on, and then I walked to the bench and there was nothing. It was crazy. Oh no, life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
Especially hoping. I'm just glad it's not 97 degrees out.
Yeah, I was planning to do some other hikes earlier in the week, but when it got that sweltering, I was like, nope, I'm not good into excessive heat. So
the first summer, and those are the videos that I took down. The first summer I was hiking, I did do videos, but they were not good videos by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, nobody does at first, you know.
I just don't even want anybody to see them because they're like all blurs and like fast moving, you can't see stuff, and shaky camera.
I've seen other people's early videos. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then you see the progression of how they started improving, getting better at filming, editing.
Yeah, they're still there. They're just under private.
Right.
So that way, like if I need to access them at some point, I can always send them to it by a link to someone, which I've done that.
Right.
Here's where it was. Don't judge the quality of the filming, but this is what the trail looks like. And but anyway, what I was saying was, I just that whole year, that whole summer, I just pushed myself out in the heat. And I got on this one trail. It was a Spring Valley trail. And it got to a scary minute because I got lost, and it was 97 when I started. Ooh. And it was over 100, and I had only brought 1 bottle of water. Oh. And I was down to like an inch of water, and I didn't know where I was at. So since then, I just said, you know, if it's that hot, I'm not even gonna, I'll just wait. rather do a rain walk than risk
Heat,
Yeah.
heat exhaustion, or even worse.
Yeah, it was really bad. I couldn't believe it got that far. And I couldn't believe I got lost because I had all trails, but the thing of it was when I was doing a little quest for my daughter. They have this thing that the kids do in York and Lancaster. They're both the same thing, but they have a York one and a Lancaster one.
Oh, okay.
And they have to collect these rubbings.
Oh.
And I forget what it's called. And so she didn't really have time to do all of them. I said if I get any of those trails, I'll get the rubbing for you. They don't get anything for it. It's just like collect trails and see if they can do it.
Right.
And
just their skills.
Yeah, so I had to go off trail with these directions from these people that put out the maps, and I never did find it.
Huh.
And it was an extra 45 minutes that day looking for it in the heat, and that's why I was lost and was running out of water, and I never found it anyway. So I was so mad and so hot. And that was my TED talk for the day.
So we are still heading downhill. So we just passed the crest of the hill and coming down now back toward the parking lot, I guess. Right across, well, the parking lot is right over there in the White Oak area, where started right from Millstone Road itself, right off the side of the road there where the trail begins. I was gonna put my rain jacket on at least for a little bit again, but it actually feels good. Of course, don't want to get pneumonia or anything like that, but little canopy. Of course, this is all a great canopy up there. Yeah, I'm trying to get into the habit of turning this thing around and showing me as much as the trail itself. So I could be engaging with you guys more a little bit. And not that there's anything wrong with that, they're just showing the whole trail and just talking through it. And sometimes not even talking at all. Some people do those ASMRs. And they're just as wonderful. I'm going to turn you around. Cool. You can take the high road or the low road. Yeah. Gotta pay attention to my lens, because a few of videos that I've done recently in the rain or on a rainy day, I didn't pay attention and a couple of drops got on the lens there. And it kind of becomes a little distracting when you're trying to watch and figure out what is it that you're seeing, even though you can make it out for the most part. Unfortunately, on this trail, we don't cross any streams or anything like that, which is kind of a bummer, but I don't mind going up the side of a hill as well. Builds up the endurance a little bit more, which I need to do a better job with to get out more. I know lately is with this crazy weather, and it's only just the beginning now of summer, so we just got a really good taste of it earlier this week. We were in the 90s, but it also felt more like, with the humidity, it felt more like 100 to, I think, 107 on certain days. So yeah, there's Millstone Road. So if I mean, like I said, even though I have rain gear with me, if it would have stood drier up at the Vista, I would have liked to stay up there a little bit, just a little bit longer. But I know she's also has a little bit of a time constraint today as well, so that's why let's see if we can get the second trail in as well. That one's a lot longer if we do the planned trail. Little puddle here. Yep, you can see where this trail will become a little stream or some sort once the rain gets heavier, shall I say, heavy enough to flow downhill, I hear. And as we come to the yeah, about to say, it ends at a different spot from the actual. I think we have to go back up the road a little bit here. So, yeah, because the parking lot, the White Oak, is right up that way. I don't know if you saw me pointing. Yeah, I think you could see probably her car over there. But it's weird how I thought this would have, you know, did a loop right over to where we started, but I noticed that there wasn't. So we have to do a little bit of a road walk here off the end of the loop here. And, okay.
When I was at the parking lot, I saw somebody go down that road, continue to go down. I'm like, is that our trail?
Oh, you mean down that way? Yeah. I saw the car when we were parked in the parking lot there. Saw the car go down that. I think that goes down toward the boat launch and all that over that way. And now we have to finish out the trail here. It would have been nice if they would have continued it just right along the tree line.
We did. Look at the map. We're off the trail.
Really?
We were supposed to go down that.
We were supposed to go where?
Down that, I guess,
Oh, really? Well, let's go that
I mean,
way.
if we actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but look, see the green line?
Oh, yeah.
Past it. Like, wait. We didn't have to follow it exactly. I just, and then I think maybe
Oh, everybody.
there's space up there too.
Huh?
It looks like there was space up there too.
Yeah, I see it. The parking spot right off
Yeah.
the side of the road there. So that if, I guess, if the parking lot over here is full already, you got the pull off right there. Where you can probably fit 1 or 2 cars there as well.
It's across the road. There's another trail.
Hmm?
It looks like there's another trail across the road too.
Yeah, I know there's a connector trail that goes up that way and then
Yeah, this
would
one
go down onto the
says Deer Path Trail.
Deer Path. Yeah, the Deer Path Trail is like 0.3. It just goes along a little bit the lake and the boat launch and all that. And then it connects over to the Horseshoe. And then from there over to the Elders Run and Explorer Trail.
Yeah, I was on the Explorer Trail as well that day. It had some crossovers.
So probably the loop we're gonna do for the next one will be the Explorer to the Elder Run to the Horseshoe for a little bit and then back up to the Explorer. We'll probably go to that other parking lot.
How long is that trail?
Huh?
How long is the other trail?
3.4. Well, if we do that particular loop, it's 3.4. That's the one that I downloaded on my phone on the old trails. But there's a slight shortcut you can do too. But you would go on the Horseshoe Trail just right across, and then
I'll have to look at it. I didn't download
it's over there right by the dam, I guess, somewhere. It's where it so there's the radio station. Then I'm gonna walk up back to the starting point over there really quick, and then the All Trails app loop. So we on the, this is the White Oak area. Pretty nice. We got a whole bunch of picnic, and it has even a porta potty. Yep, White Oak picnic area, no fires. I actually was going to start the app from the parking lot and then ended over there, but so this concludes this hike of the Millstone Trail here at Middle Creek Wildlife Management Area here in various parts, Kleinfeltersville, Hopeland, several other places that are on the map. So again, depends where you are on the park, on the management property here. It'll vary. So I hope you enjoyed our hike here. Fortunately, she's at the car right now, and I wanted to get her opinion, but she's been here before. She's done this trail as well, so she was familiar with it as well. This was my first time, even though I've been here to this management area several times for the snow geese when they come here, but I've only done the conservation trail and the spice bush. which I have videos on. I'm trying to put a link to those videos as well. So if you like this type of content, please consider like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And with that, remember, go create your own adventure, and I'll see you at the next location.